Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Welcome to Pecha Kucha, the common space. Now, Time Out magazine accidentally said this week in the magazine that these were going to be philosophy talks, and none of the people speaking this evening are philosophers professionally. So I just want to point that out. They made a mistake, madam. It was an error. So we will be addressing some philosophical concepts such as what is art, who is it for, how does art shape our lives, but none of us have a PhD in philosophy, which I think is a good thing. So apologies to all the PhD students in the room. There's plenty of other stuff going on in the building. It's all about expectation management. And with that in mind, it's my great pleasure to introduce Richard DeDomenici, everybody! In this early performance, I attempt to break into Cardiff prison. An old gentleman on the way home from Lidl stops and offers to help. I was later arrested, but all charges were dropped after I explained to the police that it was art. If we tried this today, we'd both be shot dead. The world changed in 2001, because that was the year that I left art school. London is becoming increasingly privatised. At Europe's biggest art fair, I'm forcibly ejected from Regent's Park for handing out balloons bearing the slogan, Board of Art. I've got some here if you want some later. Few people will turn down a free helium balloon, therefore it's a great way to spread subversive messages. As the official videographer of the 2009 Reverend Billy Shopocalypse tour, I was lucky enough to follow the American anti-capitalist activist around the UK for 10 days. In this footage during a visit to Westfield, I am lifted off the ground by one security guard whilst another attempts to smash my video camera. This may look like another unassuming street utility cabinet, the kind we pass unnoticed hundreds of times a day, but it's actually a discreet, portable, lightweight, flat-pack micro-house, enabling rent-free living for artists, anarchists, the homeless, and Syrian refugees. I've distributed hundreds around London, and the next version will be the size of a house. I think art can be pedagogical. It prepares the consciousness for new possibilities, and in the best cases, move people to action. And by watching this show, your minds have been altered as well. A state that's expressed rather well on this woman's face here. What happens when you see what you think is a piece of unattended baggage, except that the baggage is being attended, but the person that's attending the baggage is doing so from inside the baggage? It's a grey area, ladies and gentlemen. I like to work in grey areas. This particular grey area is outside the US Embassy in Berlin. The Redux project started by mistake in 2013 when my low-budget recreation of a scene from a popular Bangkok romantic comedy received better reviews than the original. Since then I've made over 50 Reduxes around the world in the original locations with the ultimate intention of destabilising Hollywood by making cheap remakes of derivative blockbusters. 18 months ago I adapted the Redux project for live television. Filmed at the old BBC TV Centre, I explained how big institutional facades can be skewered by a single individual. The show received universal acclaim and I began to wonder if I was really subverting a beloved institution or instead becoming institutionalised myself. In an attempt to undermine America's cultural hegemony, I've recently been writing lyrics to popular instrumental TV theme tunes in the hope that I can retroactively recoup half the songwriting royalties. Driving in cars, chase on the subway, staircase arrest, Cagney and Lacey, tiny cock! In this performance, I sit with a coin in my hand, asking passers-by, would you like some spare change? It's a performance that's been stolen by adverts. It's inevitable that the counterculture will be absorbed into the society that it opposes and imitated purely for commercial reasons. Other forthcoming projects include exploring the revolutionary potential of animated GIFs by digitally compositing myself and other performance artists into the 1988 National Dance Aerobics Championships. For other projects, please visit DeDomenici.com/forthcoming for more information. I plan to temporarily remove all the circular floor vents from the switch house and simultaneously chime them before replacing them. No documentation of this sound installation will exist and it will only be remembered as a myth. Some of my work operates on an almost subconscious level, but the cumulative effects of lots of small anomalies can be huge. I've been Richard DeDomenici. Good night. Richard DeDomenici, everybody. Right, next up.